Hey, what is going on, everybody? I have a question. This one is mainly for any of my people who served in our armed forces. Do you feel that America should be at war with Iran right now? I really want to hear from our servicemen and women on this one, because I want to hear your take on it, especially if you served in like any of the wars over in the Middle East at any time period. Because I'm just trying to see, like, what is the reason America is at war with Iran right now? For one, war won't approved by Congress, so what we doing that in the first place? And two, like, well, what we funding the war for? Like, what was going on? Like, what is the objective right now? Because what's the objective going on anyway? Because I've yet to see a concise one stated by any administrative official. I mean, you had Marco Rubio come out when we first struck Iran and said that Israel was going to strike them first, but if Israel did, Iran would strike back at U.S. targets. So America struck them first. That's what Rubio said at first. Then we hear the talk from Lindsey Graham stating about weapons of mass destruction. Like, you hear from like Lindsey Graham, Mark Levin, you hear these dudes saying like, oh, Iran had weapons of mass destruction. They had enough to make 11 nuclear warheads. Wait a minute. I thought, didn't we destroy Iran's nuclear facilities last year, like in June or something? Didn't that happen? And then you see other officials going on air talking about, well, yeah, it's for oil now. Well, wait a minute. What is the reason America's over there? Is it for oil? Is it for what? What is it for? What is it for? It's like I was saying, like, all my life we've been over in the Middle East. It's been for gold, oil, drugs. That's what we've been over there for gold, oil, and drugs. But I don't see how that benefits America, because the American, I ain't seen none of this gold. All I know is I'm still paying for oil, and the drugs have not been helpful to the community. They've ravaged communities. So again, I'm just trying to figure out, why are we in Iran? What interest does America have in Iran? And just from everything I see, everything I hear, is all the time, whenever you hear somebody bring up Israel, they get criticized like, oh, you're anti-Semitic. How? I don't see how bringing up a country makes you anything other than bringing up that country. You know what I mean? Like, they try to throw that label gets thrown on you gets thrown around a lot lately, for like people just talking about a government. You know, it's that government that is acting ridiculous. And from what I can see, not only does our government support it, our government backs it up 100%. Like almost like they got dirt on everybody in Washington, because you don't hear anybody. I don't see anybody saying we shouldn't go to war. I don't see anybody on the press. You see a couple. You might see a tweet, but Like, seriously, you can hold a press conference and saying, like, we oppose the war. Like, if you oppose the war, don't fund it. Ain't that the biggest thing? If you don't like something, you don't pay for it, right? That's the whole thing. If it's something you disagree with, you don't pay for it. Because I don't know why we Americans are being forced to fund a war that we don't really care for when asked for, and it's no reason for us to even be in Iran right now fighting people. Like, what interest of America's does that hold in that region other than we want to control some oil? How you gonna control something by blowing it up? Because when you damage all the infrastructure, all that stuff has to be rebuilt. All those things need to be rebuilt, and then it has to be all kinds of logistics need to happen if you destroy that infrastructure. And that's what's happening right now. A lot of the infrastructure is being destroyed. I mean, we got civilian buildings getting hit too. That the killing of those at the girls' schools. That ain't a good look for America. And it's funny how, when I was reading a couple of articles, you saw it would say the U.S.-Israeli strike in Iran. U.S.-Israeli strike. And when it came out that the school was hit by Tomahawk missiles, right up, America did it. America thrown under the bus immediately. I'm like, oh snap! It's wild that America got thrown under the bus for hitting that school. And how bad does it look that we blew up a girls' school? I mean, I'm the military, that they struck an all-girls school. How bad does that look? Because that is an awful stain on America's military, that you're going to target an all-girls school. Like, you didn't have better intel than that? Like, yo, we got the greatest military capabilities in the world. We hit a girls' school? Like, I thought we had everything, like, top-notch sophisticated, right? We should know better targets than that. If you're going to strike something, be strategic and hit the right spot. Not a school full of girls. That's insane. And I don't know how higher oil prices, which is going to translate to higher gas prices, how is that helpful to Americans who are already having issues and having a hard time and seeing everything, all these prices going up? I don't see how any of this is helpful. I don't see how anybody signed on for this, because I could have sworn all the Republicans were talking about in 24, saying how they were anti-war, how they were against sending all the foreign aid, how they were against all this. But they are gung-ho, what should I say? They are gung-ho on this war in Iran, and it don't make sense. And for the nut jobs trying to make it a religious thing, it is beyond sickening. So you mean to tell me you can wipe out scores of people because you believe that this is going to bring about, on one side, they think it's going to bring about their Messiah coming. The other side thinks it's going to bring about Armageddon and the end of the world and a rapture. First of all, governing should not be intertwined with that. What happened to the separation of church and state? Because when you get people who are religious fanatics and they believe that my God is the best and your God sucks, Well, my God can tell me to kill you, and it'd be no problem for me because my God is awesome and yours sucks. That's what we are right now. Because over there, it's over there in Iran, Gaza, Lebanon. For some reason, Lebanon's being attacked again after they had a ceasefire that's been violated numerous times, and now they're like, you know what, we might as well fight back too. But why on earth is there another front happening in Lebanon right now? What is going on there? That's when you think that you have a right to something and you believe it wholeheartedly, you can then begin to dehumanize people and see that, oh, they're not my people, so therefore I can kill them and with no recourse because they're not human anyway. I don't understand it at all. I don't get why we're over there. This is not going to be beneficial for Americans. It ain't going to be beneficial for our military. It's not going to be beneficial for anybody because I can just imagine right now they said that it's 13 soldiers who are dead. 13 U.S. soldiers who died over there. I think that's being underreported. I really do, because right now, who we have in charge, if the numbers look bad, they like to fudge them. Like to fudge them a lot. Oh God, because the other day it was 8. Now it's up to 13. And before that it was 4. Then it went to 6. Now it's up to 13. And they say it can be up to 500 who are injured. That ain't counting missing. That's not even, I'm pretty sure it's not accurate of who's lost their life. And what for? What for? If we're over there because Israel has blackmail on our government, because a lot of this, we quick to pull the trigger when the Epstein files start getting hot again. We were so quick to pull the trigger, like war, like that's going to distract folks. We can do two things at once. We can be against the war and still want to see the Epstein files and the people in them files get prosecuted, because that still ain't happening. Them people still not getting prosecuted who were right there, known for doing some of the most heinous stuff imaginable to children. And you think that do you think that people don't realize that? Like, nah, we ain't distracted anymore. A lot of people are waking up, especially when you see like mainstream media, like mainstream media, like CNN, Fox, MSNBC. You don't see any of them saying that they're against the war. You don't see any of them saying how we're going to pay for that either. That's the kicker right there. You don't see none of them saying how we're going to pay for this war, when this war is costing us up to $2 billion a day right now. And they ain't even talking about what's happening in Lebanon, because for some reason we're going to pay for that too. We like to pay I don't know what they got on our Congress, but we like to pay for all of Israel's wars. Every act of aggression that they have towards their neighbors, America pays for. What's the hold they got on America, man? What they got on these politicians that they just gotta do what they say? I mean, I know that people got some sick fetishes, but what you done did, man, to make you feel like, they whatever they do is right? How? You can't tell me it's cool for me to pay my money to somebody else while they go commit crazy acts of war. They killing folk, they bombing folk, they moving people out their house, and they have universal health care, free college. You telling me I can't get that? And I'm a tax-paying American citizen. I can't ride on the street that ain't got potholes. But my tax money can go overseas to help kill other poor people. That's insane to me. That is absolutely insane to me. But my military folk, if y'all can answer me, please, please. If you're not military, if you want to answer, please answer me too. Why are we in Iran? And why is it beneficial for us to be there? If you can answer me why it's beneficial, I might hear it out. But if you say something like it's weapons of mass destruction, or the Ayatollah, they chain of death to America, I thought sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. They can say death to America all they want to. Can they reach America? Right now, they ain't got the capability. So, who cares what you say? Who cares what you say if you can't do nothing about it? I just want to know, why are we over there, and how does it benefit America for us to be over there? If somebody can answer me that, all right, hey, I'm willing to listen. I ain't closed-minded. I'm willing to hear both sides of the argument. But just from what I see, from what I observe, America ain't got no reason over in Iran, no reason funding all these wars. We need to pull back and straighten up home first. Get home straight. Ain't that a rule? Take care of home first, then you help your. This is what we used to. A part of the school motto of my martial arts school's motto is, I will use what I learned to help myself and others. As Americans, we have all this knowledge, we have all this wealth. We need to help ourselves at this moment. Once we get ourselves situated, once we get our economy back booming, then we can help others. I'm cool with helping my neighbor, but if your house is falling apart, it's kind of weird to help your neighbor at that point. You know what I mean? If you don't know if you're gonna have a roof, but you're gonna give all your money to your neighbor, and they don't even offer to help you find a roof. They just take your money and go ahead and they luxury your house while your roof is about to fall in. But it's still taking your money. So y'all let me know in the comments. I know it's a bit of a long rant, but I get impassionate when it comes to things that I feel are just wrong and need to be addressed. I'm not an elected official, but I am an American tax-paying citizen, and I want my taxes to be representative of my representatives. So, Virginia representatives, if you disagree with this war, let it be known. Don't sit here in silence and then we come years later, well, I was against the war. Well, why didn't you make it known before it went full-fledged? Why didn't you make it known before it escalated to a place where it's a quagmire we can't get out of it? Which we probably are in right now. But again, ain't nobody saying much. So, yeah, let it be known. If you're against this war, speak up. Please speak up, because if we stay silent, it's just going to happen. It's just going to happen, and we could be in debt forever because of it as a country.